Everybody, this is the Love Yourself Guru and welcome to the Love Yourself TV and welcome to day 23 of Ramadan 2022 with the Guru. And today's word is prioritize. We're going to be taking a closer look at the definition of prioritize and really how to start identifying the things that are important in our life and moving away from things that aren't important. Now, if you look at prioritize in the dictionary, you'll find it says to rank in order of importance. And if you actually reflect on your life, you'll realize, if we all reflect on our lives, we'll realize that our life is made up of time. So our whole existence here, God willing, is the time that we've got. And sometimes we take time for granted. We really do take time for granted. And when you take time for granted, when you take something for granted, sometimes you don't use it well. And one way of not using it well is spending a lot of time on things that aren't important. So this Ramadan, God willing, I think it would be really useful from this Ramadan to next Ramadan, God willing, to start to reflect on how we're spending our time and to start to prioritize and start to focus more on things that are important and let go of things that aren't important. And so how do you do that? Okay, you do that by, I call it, writing two lists, one called My Own Business and one called and the other one called Not My Business. Okay, and so once you actually create that list and you write down my business, not my business, you've defined that my business is what I should focus on and not my business is what I shouldn't focus on. I should move away from it. So first of all, you've actually defined it. Second of all, is you acknowledge that the things that aren't your business, okay, are actually a waste of your time, and there'll be a decrease in the quality of your life. They won't create joy or happiness or peace. They'll create a lot of inner turmoil and a lot of dissatisfaction. But when you focus on things that are your business, okay, when you prioritize and focus on things that are your business, then God willing, your satisfaction in life will increase, and your joy will increase, and your success, God willing, will increase, because you've used your time well. And things that, when you focus on things that are your business, you're getting in tune, God willing, with your true self. So let's go through. I've only written down two things that I think are really important for not my own business. Okay. So if these things are taking up any time in your life, not my own business, then this Ramadan, maybe it's time to reflect on them and really remove them from your life, because they're really toxic and they're not good. They're not good for you at all. They're not good. They don't work for you. They work against you. And the number one thing that to let go of this Ramadan that's not your business is other people's business. And this is really important, because a lot of people spend most of their lives in other people's business. And by other people's business, I mean, for instance, backbiting. And then, so that's a really dark place to be in. If you're in the habit of backbiting, then it really, God willing, this Ramadan, God willing, really reflect on that and really try to stay out of people's business. Because the thing about backbiting is one of two things will occur, and this is what I found. When you backbite, it's like this negative energy that you bring into your life. And two things will occur: either because you've not prioritized your time well, and because you're in other people's business, then that will come back to you, and then other people will start to be in your business. So you've opened the door for other people to be in your business. And also backbiting, whatever you're backbiting about, and whatever, for instance, you're talking about another person, if it's negative, this is what I found. One day or another, you'll probably do the same thing that you're talking about. So it comes back to you. So backbiting, just really remove it out of your life. It's really, really, really negative, and it's really, really, really toxic. It really, like, I want you to think of your environment as like a beautiful white sheet, okay? And the whiter, the more happier and the more energetic, God willing, and the more angels surround you. When backbiting literally fills that white sheet with, like, it fills it with really bad energy. And it becomes dark and it becomes very gloomy, backbiting. Another thing is that really that's not your own business, is comparing with, that's other people's business as well. When you, for instance, you compare what people have and what they've not got, and if they've got more than you or less than you, that's really that really. Because you can do that no matter how much you have. Even if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you the whole world, if somebody's got the whole world in a tree, you won't feel that what you've got is enough. So it really takes out the gratitude and the blessings from what you've got. And God is so great. God is so great. I promise you, there's enough for everybody. And if you just, this is it. If you're in other people's business and that's other people's business, what they've got, it's not your business. That's between them and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what to give all of us. So that's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's business. That's the other people, that's their relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not our business. So that's two things. Honestly, if you move this Ramadan, other people's business, if you really are really conscious of every time, for instance, and it could be like just a gathering, for instance, with you and your friends, every time you become conscious that we're going to start talking about somebody in a negative way. If it's in a positive way, talk. Very good. Talk in a positive way. Oh, she's really doing well. I'm so proud of her. God bless her. She's such a good person. That's fine. But if it's negative, if you're backbiting and it's negative, or if you're comparing, seeing what other people have got, I promise you, once you remove that from your life, it's like a weight will be lifted. It's so good. You'll feel the difference. You'll feel that you will feel that you've removed something very, very toxic in your life, and you'll feel much lighter. So those are two things that aren't your business. Other people's business is comparing and backbiting. Now, another thing to remove from your life is it's not as negative as, for instance, it's not as harmful to other people as backbiting and maybe comparing, but it's harmful to you, and it's basically others' opinions of you. So sometimes a lot of my clients, they spend their whole lives actually worrying about what other people think of them, or other people, their opinions of them. And this is what I found. I found that everybody's so busy with their own lives. Okay, so whatever they think, that everybody, whatever they think, that's their opinion. It doesn't have to be your reality. It doesn't have to be your reality. So, and there was in 1902, sociologist Charles Horton Cooley I wrote down this quote: "I am not what I think I am, and I am not what you think I am. I am what I think you think I am." So as soon as you get into the negative habit of worrying about other people's opinions, you'll start acting in ways to try to get a high opinion of them and try to please them. Well, if you do that, I promise you, nobody will ever be pleased. Nobody will ever be pleased. So really, for that one, it's to remove that about what other people think of you. God willing, be a good, upright person, God willing. And I think the most important thing is what our Creator thinks of us. I think that's much more important. If what your Creator and what my Creator thinks of me, that's much more important. And because people are going to think what they think, and God willing, if they think well of you, that's their opinion, and if they don't think well of you, that's their opinion as well. That's not you. So that's another toxic thing, really, to move this Ramadan. So, because that's not your business, that's their business. That's what they're thinking. That's not who you are. So 3 things, God willing, that aren't your business to remove from your life. We're prioritizing what's your business and what's not your business. These 3 things: other people's business, which is backbiting, to talk about other people and their lives. That's not your business. That's not my business. Comparing whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given anybody is not our business. Yes. And people's opinions of you, that's their business. It's nothing to do with your personality or your life or what you're doing. So really move away from that, because they're all time wasters. And let's say, for instance, even if people, for instance, if let's say, for instance, you get motivated by what people think of you. Okay, God willing, this is the last point. If you get motivated by what people think of you, then you're dependent on their opinion. So one day they could, they're human, they could think something, they could change their opinion. Then your whole motivation will depend on other people, which is not good. Your whole, God willing, we only depend on our Creator. So those 3 things, God willing, are if you just remove those 3 things from your life from this Ramadan to next Ramadan, which is backbiting, comparing, and stop worrying about other people's opinions. Okay, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's be more focus on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's opinion of you. That's the only thing that's important. Then, God willing, your life will change from this Ramadan to next Ramadan. So we go on to now, we're going to prioritize our precious time here. What is your business? What is my business? What should we be focusing on? Well, I've just written down 5 things, God willing, that you should focus on, God willing, that are life-changing. Number 1, your relationship with your Creator. If you focus on having a really good, beautiful relationship with your Creator, your life will flourish in ways that you couldn't even imagine. Miracle happens. So the focus should be on your relationship with your Creator. How is your relationship with your Creator? The second thing is your relationship with yourself. So I want you to think of your life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you your life, and you have a responsibility to take care of that life. And so if you want to take care of something, you have to have a good relationship with it. So how is the responsibility with your life? Really prioritize this Ramadan and start having a good, healthy relationship with yourself. Then the next thing is your thoughts. Really, God willing, prioritize. And every time you have negative thoughts, prioritize and say, no, the majority of my thoughts, God willing, are going to be positive. I'm really going to start thinking thoughts that are important, God willing, and really remove the negative thoughts out of my life and start thinking positive thoughts. And that means thinking positive things about yourself as well, God willing, and positive things about others. And the next thing is, God willing, is bringing peace. Being the best version of yourself. And we've already discussed this in Ramadan. So from this Ramadan to next Ramadan, prioritize. This is your business. This is very important, that from this Ramadan, God willing, to next Ramadan, being the best version of yourself, not the best version of what people will think of you or what people want of you, or no, being the best version of you. Really tap into that, God willing. And the last thing is, this is prioritizing. This is your business. Your business is, God willing, bringing peace to whoever walks into your life. So God willing, it's your responsibility, God willing, that whoever walks into your life, God willing, whoever walks into your life, whoever's with you, God willing, is, instead of bringing dissatisfaction or bringing making them not feel nice, whoever comes into your life, God willing, bring peace and joy into their life. And that will always, God willing, come back to you, God willing. So those are the things that if you focus on, God willing, from this Ramadan to next Ramadan, I promise you, is life-changing. It's your relationship with your Creator, the relationship with yourself, your thoughts, yes, being the best version of yourself and bringing peace into everybody's life that that walk into your life, that you touch, God willing. And the things that aren't your business, The things that aren't your business, recognize them, define them, and stay away from them. And the 3 things that I've chosen from this Ramadan to next Ramadan is comparing to others. That's not our business. Whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives any single one of us, that's between the person and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Backbiting, a really, really toxic habit that comes back to you in ways that are really not good. They don't benefit you. And being worried about other people's opinions. People are going to think whatever they want. The most important thing is that you're upright, you're a good citizen, you're a good person, God willing, and your relationship with your Creator is good, and you're good to humanity. And whatever people's opinions are, whatever they are, is their opinions. It's not you. So don't waste time in what people think. You just God willing, your business is making your life, focusing on your life and being the best version of yourself. And you know what? The more you do that, God willing, the more joy and happiness you'll experience, and actually the better relationship you'll have with the whole world and with people, because all relationships reflect your relationship with yourself. And when you're focused on your life, God willing, and being the best version of you, you're actually emitting all that positive energy into the world. So I love you loads. Have a brilliant, beautiful, amazing day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next video.